everybody, welcome back to our channel, We're the Movie Couple. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And here is our non-spoiler review for Lego Movie 2, the second part. The Lego Movie 2, the second part is directed by Mike Mitchell and it stars Chris Pratt, Elizabeth Banks, Will Arnett, Tiffany Haddish, and Stephanie Beatrize. We were so excited to see this movie because we liked the first one so much, and the first one really caught, I don't know about you, but it caught me off guard. I just didn't realize how funny it was going to be and how many jokes and how many different IPs they were able to like put in and get away with.
Yeah, I mean, you saw everything Lego related, everything Warner Brothers related, and they, they threw in some Star Wars. They were just going everywhere with it. Anything that any nostalgia you had from Legos, they made sure to put it in that first movie.
And I think it's kind of easy to integrate those different characters too, because Legos has evolved beyond just the brick sets.
Oh yeah.
There's games, there's the Ninjago stuff, that's also Lego, so the TV shows, the Chimara.
Yeah,
that show
honestly,
that we didn't get to watch.
I'm surprised that they didn't put more of those, now that you mentioned all of those, into this movie, because I don't think any of them are even mentioned.
None of the Ninjagos were that. But anyways, that's, I guess, a bit of a spoiler. Sorry, guys. This is supposed to be a non-spoiler
Well, it wasn't in any of the first one either.
So, well, maybe they're trying to keep it separate. Maybe it's not a universe that they're ready to cross. But this movie is so much fun. It picks up essentially where the first one leaves off, but the kids... the boy that you see in the first movie playing with the Lego sets and kind of everything takes place in his imagination. He's grown up a little bit, and if you remember the end of the first movie, little sister kind of comes into play. So she is involved in this movie, and we kind of just go on, and it's a little different now. Emmett is now he's known as the guy that
he's the special,
saved everything. He's the special, the master builder, right? But I think things are getting a little stale as far as Wild Style would feel that I think she longs for the adventure, and Emmett's very like, here is my coffee and here's my cute little song and everything is awesome. And well, needless to say, nothing is ever safe in the Lego world because little sister comes in and she brings in her sets of blocks and therefore creating the conflict, and our story kind of goes from there.
Yeah, I like the fact that it really does just pick up and go right where the last one left off, and they kind of they give you a little bit more of the backstory with the kid now, because now that you know it, they're starting to do all of these puns that are relating to the outside world, which is hilarious throughout the entire movie, because the one thing that this movie just decided to ramp up to 11 was the fact that they just had joke. It was insanely rapid fire with this movie. I thought the fact that the first one might have been a little, fast paced. The second one, that's what they decided to really just crank up, was the fact that they just go from joke to joke to joke to joke to gimmick to pop culture reference. And at some points it does get a little jarring, but I have to say, overall, they did a really good job on keeping that pace.
Yeah, I think in this one, and I agree with you about how many jokes and how many puns and how many things that everybody liked in the first Lego movie, and they put it all in the second one. They really amped it up, and it is quite fast paced. And I think the kids, a lot of it is gonna fly over their heads, but as an adult, for the ones that I did catch, because there was a lot, I really chuckled out loud at a lot of them. It was really enjoyable. Time passed very fast. Very quick flowing movie. This is clocking just under 2 hours. But what I like most about this is the character arcs that we get. In this movie, we got really kind of like a exploration on the characteristics of Emmett, now and then and future. What the future may hold for Emmett and for Wild Style as well. And we also integrated a new character, and that is voiced by Tiffany Haddish. And if you know Tiffany Haddish, man, if you haven't watched Girl Trip, you need to watch it. Just don't watch it on the plane like I did, because you'll be the only person like laughing out loud and no one else is watching your movie and you're just like, but this is really funny. Anyways, she is hilarious. She brought everything that I liked about Tiffany Haddish into this character. So it's a very well-rounded movie, I thought.
Yes, I thought they did a very good job on balancing everything out, giving us some really cool kind of story plot devices. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it. Playing with the two different realities too was also really fun, where they're playing with, you know, the kids and the brother and sister and their mom, and how they brought in, you know, how they still integrated all of the Lego pieces in there as well, and how they kind of had their own separate worlds, but they were kind of connected, and so that gave them the ability to kind of break that fourth wall every now and again, and I thought they handled that very well, as well with all of the jokes, all of the pop culture references. I was very pleased coming out of this movie, and bottom line, when it comes to anything like a comedy or kind of like a fun adventure movie, if you are laughing and having fun, there can be other flaws, but they achieve their primary objective with this movie, making us laugh, making us have a fun time, and making us forget about all of our worries of the outside world for almost 2 hours, and stay through the credit scene too, because I also thought that the way they did the credits was really fun.
It's animated, it's fun. There's a lot to see and there's a lot to take in for this movie. It's certainly I think worth like at least 2 visits to the theater if you're really into it the first time. You're like, I didn't kind of like a Deadpool movie where you're like, wait, was that I missed it. And it goes by so fast. So especially if you have kids in the theater and they get a little loud, which is natural for kids, you kind of miss what the joke is, but everybody else is laughing. You're like, oh
so
man.
Being able to get this on DVD and like have subtitles with it would really help.
That would be so good.
A lot of the jokes just kind of fly right by, and then there's another one right after this, and you're like, wait, did they just say what they thought? Oh shoot, I just missed the next one. So it is very rapid pace, and having subtitles and be able to like skip back 5 seconds would be very helpful on the second time of seeing this movie. So those are all of our thoughts. But Wendy, what is your review? What was your overall feeling about this movie?
I like this movie very much. I thought it was really funny, and I had a great time. And it's kind of like you said, like movies are entertainments, and it kind of let you escape if you had a stressful day, right? And this is a fun movie. No matter how old you are, you can sit down and enjoy it for what it is. And I think it's a really nice follow-up to the first movie. I do favor the first one a little bit more. I thought it was a little bit more solid, a little bit more even pace. It's not so quick where you're like, I can't blink and I can't go to the bathroom. I'm going to miss something funny and I don't want to. So I will give this the rating of check it out. Dustin?
I'm right there with you. I laughed. I cried. There was a lot of heartfelt moments in this movie, and it was the right amount of everything, even though I have to admit some of the jokes were a little rapid fire, and around the beginning of the second act, I was starting to get a little dizzy and a little vertigo kind of going on because there was just so many of these rapid fire. But then they kind of slowed down, and then they got the story going, and I had a ball from beginning to end. So I'm giving this a check it out. But it's not just what we think. What do you guys think? Comment below, share your thoughts and opinions, make sure that there's no spoilers in there. But also, I wanted to know, what did you guys think about what other kind of Lego properties would you like to see? We've already seen Ninjago. We've seen Batman. What other kind of Lego property do you think that they could actually do a good spin-off for? Or are they going to kind of be stuck with the Lego movie and maybe Lego Batman? So comment below, like, share, subscribe, check us out on Patreon, and we'll see you in the next video.